You are here because you're waiting for 6 or 7 reasons or indicators that'll tell you whether or not you're the bum friend amongst your friend group or just in your life in general. And, well, guess what? I have a little surprise for you. There's actually not 6 or 7 reasons. I mean, there could be an infinity number of reasons, to be honest. But really, they all kind of fall under this one umbrella. And that umbrella is a question that you should ask yourself. And it is, what do I do? What do you do? Do you do anything? And if your answer is like, yeah, of course I do something. I wake up at 11 a.m. and then I play video games until midnight and then I go to sleep and repeat it. No, okay? You are a bum. If that is your answer, you may not like the rest of this video. And I'm not trying to say like video games can't be a hobby or anything, but I also do want to clarify that I think, in my personal opinion, there's a very clear distinction between whether something is a hobby or whether something is just pure entertainment, you know? I like classic literature. I've gotten really into reading books and all that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say just reading a book is a hobby, I guess. And, saying it out loud, I guess, now actually you might be able to argue otherwise. But I would say what makes reading books a hobby is that maybe you collect them. Maybe you're going after a specific author or a specific era or a specific style of writing, genre. Maybe you're an author. Maybe you have a blog or a book club. There's like a level of depth that turns an activity from just a regular entertainment thing that is just in front of your eyes to a hobby, something that you're actually into. So, do you have something like that? Is your thing basket weaving? Is your thing hitting the gym? Is your thing playing competitive Warzone? Or Valorant or something? I feel like I totally just sounded like a boomer. I'm 25. I play video games and stuff. I just don't play comp games a whole lot, but that could be your thing. But again, that's a tight line to walk. It's easy to say like, yeah, I'm actually just training to be a pro Val player, and you're just like living in your parents' basement playing Valorant all day. Like, no. There are levels, like I said, to things that I think break it out from the entertainment into the kind of hobby world. If you don't have something like that, like if you think in your life, think about the people in your life. Oh, Mark, he's the gym guy. Or Sam, that's the golf guy. Oh, that's Craig. Yeah, he plays video games for like 13 hours a day and then still lives with his mom and dad. What do you, when people say blank, they say Zach. They say whatever your name is. What do you want that adjective or that title that comes to mind? What do you want that to be? You know? I think just kind of putting like that face level sort of like name, I guess, on it might be a little bit of an eye-opener. It definitely was for me at certain points in my life. And I'm definitely not trying to say like, I know everything, this is how you need to blah, 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 blah. No, I'm just saying like as a guy who has lived life and stuff and has been the bum friend and has had to ditch friend groups and stuff, these are just kind of my experiences. This is what I've learned. Also, apologies for the kind of clutter and noises and stuff. I'm currently feeding my cat. Gosh, I freaking love my cat so much. You guys probably can't hear it, but on my HomePod, I currently have Style by Taylor Swift, specifically the slowed and reverb version playing right now. Totally random from what I was talking about. But really, the video is not that complex. It's a simple idea. What do you do? Do you have a thing that you're into? I've circled back to this like plot or a key point, I guess, a lot. In almost like all of my videos, I feel like having an interest, having a thing to pour yourself into, having a hobby that gets you excited, and not because it's someone else telling you, oh, you have to be number one at this, or you have to compete in this competition, or go to these practices, or blah, 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 blah. No, you just do it because you like doing it, you know? So don't be the bum friend. Have something going on. You probably already have something that you like or are into. It's just, again, that added layer of depth to it. I was watching, it was like a recent Sam Sulek video, and he kind of has a similar sort of message along this, but it's like, are you scrolling on TikTok or using your screen time and stuff, like just burning your time for no reason? Or are you scrolling because you're like going down a niche or some kind of rabbit hole? Be purposeful with your time, It's easy to say, and I think this is kind of weird because I have a sort of a different perspective on this now that I'm about to turn 26. Oh, holy freaking unk status, bro. It's crazy. But for a long time, I was like, I'm not, I'm not 25 yet. I'm still blah, blah, blah. I'm in my 20, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, whoa, that the time is not forever, man. So not only do you owe it to, you don't owe it to anybody. You don't owe it to anyone else except for yourself. You owe it to yourself to go be your best freaking version, the most unapologetically cool and chalant version of yourself possible. Express your interest in things, do things, care about things, care about people, the stuff that you do, be purposeful, live with intent. I'm not just trying to say a bunch of like Jim Bro podcast buzzwords, I promise. I know, having been the bum friend, it sucks to kind of just watch your friend group go on without you. And that was a long time ago at this point. But still, dude, doesn't matter. Or even like, I still remember being in 3rd grade and one of my friend's moms telling me, yeah, so-and-so doesn't want to hang out with you anymore. But I think it was a bit more softer than that. But like, it always sucks. And I don't think I was defriended in 3rd grade because I was a bum. We were all living with our parents at that age. But it's kind of a similar feeling, losing a friend, period, for whatever reason, or a friend group. It stinks. But sometimes it might be necessary, Surround yourself with people that you want to be like. If Jim is eating pizza rolls at 3 a.m. and then going to sleep on his mom and dad's couch at 5, is that the kind of person you want to be? It doesn't even matter if they're younger than you, older than you, live in a different country. It does not matter. It does not matter. Stay thinking about these things. Stay vigilant about your future, okay, and your potential. Don't limit or squander any of that stuff because you like to go smoke and drink and party with some other people, with a certain group of people, or this one person's house always has all the best snacks, and his parents let you guys stay up for as late as it's. I'm trying to find this balance of like, don't be a jerk and just like cut off your friends because they might have some kind of like distasteful habit or something. We're all human at the end of the day, But still be vigilant enough to like look out for these kinds of things and to recognize, or know when to recognize, okay, this friendship or this person or this group of people, not only does it not serve me, but it's like taking away from who I can become as a person, It sucks. It can be a sucky kind of thing. And I don't think you have to like go up to your friends and be like, I'm sorry guys, but you guys are bums and I'm just kind of about a different life now. No, don't do that either again. Maybe it just means talking to these people a little bit less, hanging out with them a little bit less often, You don't have to like totally ghost someone or cut them out of your lives. Sometimes you do. I think that's honestly a trait that I don't like that I have, is that it's sort of easier for me to just like burn a bridge than it is to, I don't know, talk something out or say how I'm feeling or that kind of stuff. I'd almost just like rather be alone than try to work through an issue, which I recognize this is awful. That's a not good trait to have. I don't know how or when I developed that. But it's tough. So I guess a lot of this kind of talk is sort of could also just be for me trying to say to myself to not cut people that love you out of your life and everything, you know. And like that's another thing too. Like your friends can still totally care about you and be a bum at the same time. So maybe it's one of those things where it's like, hey man, what's the how are things looking on the job search? You know, I think the point of a friend is someone that looks out for you, and that's doesn't mean they're just like someone who's always there to just like swallow your bullshit, not to be randomly like curse or anything, but like a friend is there to say, hey dude, you gotta lock back in, man, or hey man, are you okay? Because you said you were gonna start looking at jobs, but that was like 6 months ago, and you're still kind of just doing nothing. A good friend is someone who is there to root for you, of course, but also keep you in check, okay? I think the only true kind of bum friend you could have is one that doesn't care about you. That is what makes a bum friend. If I'm kind of using bum just more so in the sense that like you're an ultimate, you just don't do anything. You chill. You're just like the ultimate chiller, you know? There's nothing going on and you're okay with that. And that is what it just bothers me. And I don't know, it sucks. It sucks being around those people. It sucks being that kind of person, you know? You can always like feel it deep down. You can like, I've said this before, but yourself is like the easiest person to lie to, but also the hardest. It's the easiest person because it's just like, it's all in your head. There's no external motivation or circumstance or consequence that's like, if you lie or get caught or anything, no one's gonna be like, hey man, you told me blah, blah, blah. No, it's just all in your head. Nobody's keeping you accountable. But it's the hardest to lie to yourself at the same time because you know the truth, no matter what. You can swallow your own BS, but deep down, you know what you're really feeling, what you're thinking about, what your goals are, all that kind of stuff. If you want to do something, that's where you're going to spend your time, you know? If you've been wanting to lose weight or wanting to get a new job or wanting to move out of your parents for the last 2.5 or 3 years, but you haven't, the chances are that the problems aren't just the job market or it's your family or your bum friend, blah, blah, blah. The problem is you, brother. So I don't even remember where I was going with that. That was kind of a weird tangent. I didn't mean to just get like weird on you guys. I fed my cat though. She's beautiful. Gosh, I freaking love you, Ophelia, you my freaking kitty cat. Oh, sorry. I got scared her. I adopted my cat about 2.5, 3 months ago in January. She's a 4-year-old, all black little creature. I freaking love her so much. She's technically not all black though. She has like maybe 3 spots with itty bitty little tufts of white hair. So who knows? Maybe she was a tuxedo cat in one of her previous lives. I do not know. I don't know why I dried those dishes. I have a crap ton more to do. I think that's going to be it for today's video though. I got a badass cardio session. I've been cutting, so my cardio has been a little bit longer than usual. It's 50 minutes a day. I split that up with about 30 minutes on the recumbent bike and then like 35 minutes on the bike and then 15, 20 minutes on the incline treadmill. I don't know what like the numbers for pace and incline carry over to, but like decent like heart rate is up. I'm not just like walking on the treadmill. No, I'm freaking like boom, 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 boom on an incline, you know. Treadmills are so obnoxious. So that's just one of those most like, it's like I remember having a treadmill in the house growing up, and we had a smallish house. And whenever you could like, we didn't get a treadmill until my sister was already moved out and blah, blah, blah. But you could hear the treadmill. The point is that you could hear the treadmill from like the opposite end of the house if someone was on it. Oh man. But then I did my abs. Abs is like pretty low key. I do it every day, but it's usually something like there's like 2 kind of variations to my ab routines. One is just 2 minutes, 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and kind of like a very slight V hold on the ground. And then the other is just 3 to 4 sets of 12 reps on cable crunches. Super basic stuff. I'll put like my quarter zip on the ground, and then that's what I'll kneel on, you know, so your sweats or knees don't get all jacked up and stuff. And then tonight I have freaking legs, brother. I'm low-key kind of debating if I should have done the cardio and on a leg day, but what's done is done. No use in freaking looking back. We can only look forward, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, that was super cult-like. Sorry, I'll never do that ever again. Aside from the workout, though, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna chop this video together. I'm gonna make some cosplay videos. If you guys are JoJo fans or what, I don't know what I was going to say there, but if you guys are JoJo fans, you know that Steel Ball Run, the 7th installment to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series, just got its first ever animation adaptation, episode 1, released on Netflix this past week. And it was super awesome. Except the director of the show is like, yeah, actually, we don't even know when episode 2 is coming out. I think maybe September. So that's cool. I don't even know why you would release episode 1. Like, they did the same shit with Attack on Titan. I was super into that show. And then they released the final season. It was sick. And then they didn't release the second part for like 2 years. I still haven't watched it. I don't know. It's just, you're like killing your own hype for no reason. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I haven't even finished. If I'm being honest, dudes, I still haven't even finished Stone Ocean, and that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. I love JoJo. I have a JoJo tattoo. I've been a JoJo fan for a very long time. I have not finished the Netflix adaptation of Stone Ocean, though, because they've bashed it out across like 3 different freaking releases. I have a life, bro. So, I don't know. I have a life, and my life is dressing up as tights and taking videos of it for the internet. Now, but I hope you guys had an awesome Tuesday. It was a pretty good Tuesday, I would say, for myself. I went to the doctor, had to get a Tdap shot, which is like a vaccine for like diphtheria and whooping cough and like all of the like stuff that would have killed you in the 19th century, basically. But my sister is pregnant. Shout out to my sister. And she is going to be having a baby like literally within the next 7 days. Any second now. We're pretty much on baby watch. So please send all your positive vibes over to my sister and her husband. And, of course, the little baby that's cooking inside of her stomach right now. Freaking crazy. I'm going to be an actual unk. I'm going to be unk because I'm turning 26. Crazy. And I'm going to be an actual unk because I'm going to have a freaking nephew. Insane. Absolutely insane. But I'm going to finish up these dishes, prep my lunch for tomorrow, and then go smash some motherfreaking legs, you guys. Like I said, I hope you have an awesome Tuesday. Remember, tomorrow is a new day. If you were a bum or a bum friend or anything like that at one point, that's not who you are, okay? It's a stage of life. A successful person can become the bum friend just as a bum friend can become the successful person, okay? It's a spectrum, all right? The only takeaway that I think is important for you guys for this entire video is to just make sure you have something, all right? Be Mark the golfer, or Jack the lifter, or Jessica the basket weaver, or Sarah the skydiver. Doesn't matter. Have that thing that when people think of your name, oh, that's what they do. That's who this person is, okay? Doesn't matter though, because I'm always going to be proud of you guys, love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.